What's up guys, it's iOS Pro, and today I'm going to show you guys 10 new hidden features that I found in iOS 14 Beta 1 today. This first one is in Photos. Previously, when you want to add a photo to your album here, previously you had to click select or go to Photos manually, then add a new photo. But now in iOS 14, you can add a photo directly from within the album, which is very, very helpful. So previously in iOS 13 here, you see you didn't have this option. Previously you had to go back to Photos, then add one manually through a share sheet. But now you can add one right from within the album itself. So really cool change, and much easier to add a new photo to your photo album now. So really cool, Apple. Okay guys, so this next one is also in Photos. So when I go to the album now, you can see the photo album have the brand new design up top. You see, iOS 13 had this like date and time, the dates for like the photos and everything, and it had this like label, like title for the album that was very hard to see. But now you can see they removed the dates and made titles bigger. It no longer shows up here anymore. It now shows down here, right next to the first photo, next to the back button. So really cool, Apple. And you see guys, it has a much cleaner design than iOS 13 here. See, it's much more organized. There's no button to click it up here, so really cool. So I think that's time to do the location. I'm not sure, but that's really cool. Okay guys, so this next change is only on the iPod Touch. So here in iOS 12 and iOS 13 here, you could see that the hands on the clock app don't go out all the way past the numbers here. But in iOS 14 here, Apple's made the minute hand and the hour hand just a little bit longer. So here's my iPod 6th generation iOS 12. It's also iOS 13 as well. As you guys can see, iOS 12 and 13 have the same lengths of the hour hand and the minute hand. They're about the same lengths. But now Apple has extended it in iOS 14, so the minute hand and the hour hand are a little bit longer now, and bolder too, so you guys can see it easier. So really, really cool change here, Apple. Okay guys, so this next one is on the setup screen here. So here's my iPhone SE first generation, which I've erased all data and restored it so I can show you guys the next change. So now when you go to home screen now, you can see the brand new animation when you see the first setup menu. So first one, the language. I go into it, you notice the language icon now animates. I'll do it again. You see, it now animates. Same thing when I click English, same thing for country. I'll do it again. See, the country now animates, just like that for country and region. So really close to this throughout the entire setup menu. So really cool. So brand new design for the icons here. So now instead of being all flat and white like they were now 13 and below, they now have this new interface right here, make it look much nicer when you're setting up the device. So really cool, Apple. So I'll do it once again when I select English. Notice the globe for the selected country region now just comes inward from the left. Just like that. So previously it was just an icon that didn't move, but now Apple's made all the icons on the setup screen now animate. So that's a really cool change here, Apple. One more time. You see that the icons now animate for every single menu now. So really cool, Apple. Okay guys, so this next change is only noticeable if you have a device with a home button. So let me get my iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 here, running iOS 13 and 14. So iOS 14 is on the right, iOS 13 on the left. So we go to settings now, go to Touch ID and passcode. You'll notice that the icon for Touch ID looks like this in iOS 13 down to iOS 7. So iOS 7 up to iOS 13 looks like this. But now in iOS 14, they changed icon, make it much larger and much more cleaner than it is on iOS 13 here. See iOS 13 down to iOS 7, it looked like this. But now in iOS 14, they've redesigned it, so it looks just like this now. So much cleaner icon for Touch ID. So really cool change here, Apple. Okay guys, the next change is also in passcode and Touch ID, passcode element. So now if you look at iOS 13 here, you can see the icons for the controller like near the edge here. Same for the words here. But now Apple's moved them closer inward now. So all the icons have moved inward now. So as notice on iOS 13, you see it's a small gap, but on iOS 14, the gap has gone bigger. So you can see the icons have moved to the left a little bit. You guys see that iOS 13 right here, and iOS 14. So iOS 14 on the right has moved all the icons inward to the left on this side, and on this side to the right. So all text on iOS 14 have moved to the right, and all the toggles have moved to the left. So Apple is moving everything closer inward together to make it look cleaner. So really cool, Apple. Okay guys, so this next one is in stocks here. You notice that when I open up Stocks app here, you notice on iOS 13 here, the text is spread apart and the microphone is like kind of like big on the top there, and the search is kind of like up above, like not below where it's supposed to be. But on iOS 14 here, the icons have changed. So if you look at the microphone, on iOS 14 on the right, you can see it's shrunken a little bit. Same for the text here. Text has moved closer, and so if you look at the number 26 for the date, you notice that it's moved closer in as well. Same for the letter for the months here, though it's moved closer in. And this is very hard to notice it, but you notice on iOS 13 here, you notice that there's no like line separated at the top, but on iOS 14, there's a little separator separating the search from the rest of the stock. So it's very, very hard to see. It's very faint on camera, but it is there. So really cool change there, Apple. Okay guys, so this next one is in notes. So when I create a new note here, and if I create a checklist and put like test, for example, for both of them, you notice that when I check off the checklist on iOS 13, you know the check mark is like flat, like totally flat, not at an angle like the dark mode settings were. But now on iOS 14 here, you'll notice that the check mark is now 3D. You'll notice the difference here, iOS 13, iOS 14, so the check mark is now 3D, just like the dark mode options and settings. So Apple's making all check marks the same way, so all the check marks are now at an angle like 3D, kind of like in sideways there. So it's no longer flat, it's now moved to like a side a little bit, so it's like now sideways at a side angle now. So really cool there, Apple. So it's very hard to notice it, but it is there. So great tweak there, Apple. Okay guys, this next one is in the language settings. So let's go to general, get on language and region. You can now move the languages around without having to click edit. So previously, to move the languages for the preferred language order, you had to click edit, then you'll get the editing tools. But now you can just move the language around. So let me do it. It's hard to do on camera here. See, now you can move the language around just like this. So you no longer have to click edit just to move the language order. So really cool there, Apple. So previously you had to click edit to get these controls, and now you no longer have to. You can now rearrange them and delete them right from here. So previously you couldn't even delete them either, but now you can delete your language right from here without clicking the edit button. So really cool. So now it's actually better. How you can organize and delete it without clicking edit. So that's a really nice change, Apple. So it makes it easier for us to like remove and add languages right from here. So awesome, Apple. Okay guys, so this last one is in date and time. So we go to general, date and time. You'll notice the text in iOS 13 is not changed at all, but if you look at iOS 14, the text and everything here has been moved closer in. So you can see it, iOS 13 on the left, iOS 14 on the right. You can see the gap right here is now bigger in iOS 14, but iOS 13 is smaller because the text is moved closer outward on iOS 13, but iOS 14 they moved it closer in. So same with the time date labels, they moved everything closer in. And pretty much up here too, same thing. They moved everything closer together and made it smaller up here. So that's really cool, Apple. So they're just trying to make everything match the whole system before the final release in September or October. It lives here, so it's really cool. And that's pretty much it for this video. If I did a video, give it a thumbs up for this video. Peace.